Yeah, he's basically been getting treatment, I think, every 12 hours, and so twice a day. And it's just that with that a situation like that, sometimes guys can tough it out and finish the game, but it's going to swell up later that night and afterward, and it did. So he's not available yet. We'll see how he feels tomorrow.
And then looking at it a certain way, like, okay, since today, since tomorrow, that make him better to play against the Lakers. And is that thought process going into it? Though?
No, if he can play tomorrow, he'll play tomorrow.
And then Bradley, we haven't seen him obviously since he was out. Got a chance to look, at least see him get shots, so maybe some progress. Where is he at as far as making some progress back?
Yeah, he's making progress. Still it's a workload, and then see how his back responds type of phase. And not going to get into more details than that. But the reevaluation point, I think, is early next week, and we'll see where he's at then. But yeah, good to see him run around and shooting the basketball.
Family aspect is big. You and a lot of guys on this team. So
yeah.
Like when Oz gets to welcome the number.
It's fun to be a part of someone's life that's getting to experience that. That's what comes to my mind. I really enjoyed being there for Nas before the baby came, and then talking to him this morning when just hearing all the stories and what it was like driving home from the hospital and then all that stuff. It's fun. He's got a hop in his step that's really exciting to be around right now.
Giving him advice as far as YouTube is your friend.
Yeah, well, I just said that. Well, you get in that car and they don't give you a manual. There's no where. Like that's my memory is. Where's the manual? Like if something comes up, like what do I do? How do I look it up? I didn't have YouTube back then, or maybe I had YouTube. I'm not sure. But ask your parents. Ask doctors, and you play a lot of guessing in the first 2 years of the baby's life when they're crying, like what's wrong, and they can't tell you. Yeah.
Coach, KD is 17 points away from becoming the 10th all-time leading scorer in NBA history. From your history of now coaching him and coaching against him, what separates him from other great scorers?
I just think the raw shot making is just throughout his career has just been ridiculous. Obviously, he has the ability to get to his spots off the bounce, and knows how to move really well without the basketball. But the shot making at his height and the release point, it makes it almost impossible to highly contest many of his looks. And the shot making, the 3-point shooting, the ability to attack the basket, and then the free throw shooting as well. He just does it in every way, and there's really nothing he can't do out there.
With Devin being out, how big is it having Grayson back to spread the floor? Devin probably going to trap, just like they trapped Devin and Kevin.
Yeah, I'm happy that he's back. No, he's been one of our most important players this year. Not just because of the shooting, because of his defense, because you can put the ball in his hands, to play make off of pin downs and off of pick and rolls, and he can bring the ball up the floor. He can handle, he's extremely versatile offensively, and he's a good two-way player. So he helps us in a lot of ways.
Defending Durant back in the day. How do you try to? That shot's hard to get to. What are you trying to?
Put my tallest guy on him. Hope for the best. Yeah, try to chase him into Roy Hibbert. If I had a Roy Hibbert. Yeah, it's not fun trying to figure out how to guard Kevin Durant other than just double teaming.
Frank, can you just talk about the competitive opportunity getting to play the defending champs and how you're kind of approaching that as a coach and how the guys are feeling about it?
Yeah, we know this is the best team in the league, and until they're not the champs, they're the champs. So we know how incredible of a team they are. They're incredibly locked in and tied together defensively. They're completely on a string offensively, playing through Joker. Their system has been, created and tweaked and fine-tuned over several years with a core that's been together. And, then the 3-point shooting, support they have around those guys. If you make the slightest mistake, they make you pay. So, they're as good as any team that we have faced this year. And, hopefully our guys get up you know, and rally a little bit behind the fact that they're the champs, you know, and they have what we're gunning for.
Reshape a roster in the offseason. Is that in the back of your mind? How do you match up against the defending champions that's in your conference?
A little bit, you know, but I mean, you got to get there first, you know. So I mean, the roster building really, for the most part, is about, you know, winning as many games as you can in a regular season and having enough versatility to see any, you know, to match up with anyone in the playoffs. So I think it's less about, you know, trying to counter one opponent.
How have you seen him assimilate?
Yeah, he's probably the guy on our team that has improved the most since the beginning of the season, you know, in terms of executing in our system. You know, he's really strung together a really solid last 2 or 3 weeks of basketball where he's finishing at a high rate at the basket. His pick and roll defense is really really enhanced, you know, in the last 5, 6, 7 games, you know, and I think there's a trust that's being built, you know, and I'm trying to tell our guys, you know, bigs don't like their guy to get scored on when they help. You know what I mean? So if they come over to help and their guy gets a putback or their guy gets a dump off layup, they're more reluctant to help next. And our guards are doing a much better job covering him in those help situations, which is making him more aggressive attacking the ball. And he's had some incredible blocks and defensive sequences over the last couple of games. And you know, but it's really, you know, the guards around him building that trust and the coaching staff winding him up to really attack anything that comes to the basket. So he's playing really, really good basketball for us. We're going to start the Grayson, Eric, KBD, KD, and Nark. Yeah.
Thanks, everything.
Yeah.